Hey there, happy coders, and it's a long time no see. I did a bunch of these videos back, I don't know, last year. And then earlier this year, I kind of stopped doing them, or at least this style of them anyway, because I was teaching a class and that kind of took all my time. And then over the summer, I've been writing like React tutorials, and I might turn those into videos, but I honestly just haven't gotten around to it. So it's been a while since I've been just sitting in front of a computer talking at you for a while. Um, and so I'm diving back into it for a couple reasons. The biggest reason is I'm teaching a class again in the fall. And honestly, I want to test out my setup here. I have a new laptop, well, new since the first class I taught, and I just want to test the recording and the lighting and all the boring stuff. Um, and honestly, just to kind of get back into the habit of it, because I'm going to have to do a bunch of this for class. Anyway, okay, so none of that matters. We are just going to hang out for the next hour or so and code something up. So my inspiration for my kind of night of coding randomly comes from a Twitter account actually, um, called Poorly Drawn Cats. And Poorly Drawn Cats is one of my favorite Twitter accounts. It's this woman who draws sort of these really funny and really kind of sweet portraits of cats, and she says they're poorly drawn. I think that's that's kind of a joke because they're maybe minimalistic, but I actually don't think they're poorly drawn at all. I think they're drawn quite well. Um, so anyway, I really love her Twitter account. I really love her art style, and I really love everything she's doing. And the other day, she tweeted out this tweet with this kind of filling the blank kind of style, incomplete portrait of a cat. And she says, "Complete this poorly drawn cat with your art." And it's been fun to kind of watch what other folks are doing, and some of them are kind of silly, some of them are really serious. Um, Spoiler alert, I actually really like this one. We might we might do something similar in code. And so I'm not logged in, but whatever. You get the idea. So my idea is I'm going to take that tweet, that the image from that tweet, and I am going to use that as the starting point for some creative coding project, and we'll see how it goes. Um, so I haven't really done anything ahead of time. I never do. I am not a very prepared kind of guy. The only thing I've done is I've downloaded the image and I kind of manipulated it just a tiny bit so that I have. Well, actually, let me start by showing you the original. So the original file, the original image is like a photograph of a piece of paper, and so some of this gets a little hard to deal with digitally because like the background is not a solid color. It's the background is not transparent. The line, if you zoom in, is like anti-aliased and kind of JPEG artifacts all around. So some of that gets a little hard to do, or it introduces kind of annoying things if you're going to deal with it on like a pixel by pixel basis. So I went in and I don't know if I would say I cleaned it up, but I made a transparent background and I kind of got rid of the anti-aliasing. So I don't know. Let me open this up in some other software. Beautiful paint. Let's just see what it looks like. So the actual file has transparent background, but paint doesn't really respect that, and there's no anti-aliasing, which actually kind of makes it like if you zoom in, kind of uglier, but it'll maybe make my life easier depending on what I end up doing. And really, if you zoom out enough, you kind of can't tell anyway. So that's the file I have. This outline with a transparent background, and that's the only thing I did ahead of time. Okay, so my idea is that I'm going to use probably P5 to play around with that image file. So I'm going to open up the P5 editor, and that gives me my code on the left and the preview on the right. Here we go. And let me load the file. Actually, I need to add that file to this sketch. So I don't remember how to code or how to use a computer or what my life is. Okay, so I think I've added that cat.png file to my sketch here. Let me save this maybe. Yeah. And I'm going to open up the P5 reference. I think I might be able to remember some of the things I need to do, but just in case, maybe I haven't gone to p5js.org and reference. And I'm looking for like a preload function or something. Preload. Yeah, this guy. Um, Right, so it's just a preload function which runs kind of before setup, and it'll make sure that the image is loaded before the sketch actually starts running. So I'm going to maybe have, I don't know, just want to call it image img maybe, or cat image, or I'm just going to call it image img. And here I'm going to say image equals load image, what did I call it, cat.png, and I think that's the only argument that that takes. And just to kind of test that out, maybe I'll draw it here. Image 0, 0 with height, height. Run that and see what happens. See if anything's broken horribly. And no, okay, that looks, looks like the image is loading correctly, and that's all good. I don't really have a plan. I never do. So I think maybe I'll just stamp the image a bunch of times randomly, see how that feels, see what that looks like. Right now, I'm drawing the cat the same size as the canvas. I probably don't want to do that. So maybe what I'll do is I'll resize it. And I think p5.image has a resize function in it. Let's check. p5.image. I think I just call like image.resize with a new number. I'm pretty sure. Load what? Oh, right. So resize. Right, yeah, you can just give it a new width and height. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll half it. Dot resize, and I'll do image dot width divided by 2, image dot height divided by 2. And I'll see what that does. The reason I'm doing that, okay, maybe before I do that, I'll explain why. So right now I'm drawing the image at the size of the canvas. I'm pretty sure my image is actually bigger than my canvas, so I'm shrinking it down. So let's see what would happen if I just drew the image itself. And yeah, it's like really big. There's the cat's tail. So I'm shrinking the image down here so that I have like a smaller image to work with. And nope, okay, cool. So I can't do this in preload. I need to maybe split this up. So I need to move this to setup, right? The only thing that you can do inside of preload is load images. You can't actually deal with them yet. So fine, let me remove that to setup. And okay, smaller. Maybe I want to be maybe divided by 4. And sure, that's getting more reasonable. That's getting to a size that I could play with. And from here, what do I want to do? So maybe I want to play with the background just to double check a couple things. And if I make it dark, then that looks okay. You probably can't really see that, but there's a black outline of a cat on a dark background. So, that's maybe fun, maybe not. We'll find out. Maybe I'll just make it a little brighter. So that's pure white. Okay. So one thing that I thought of doing is maybe I'll just stamp it. Maybe I'll stamp the that cat image randomly around. So let's just try something. Maybe I'll say like random. So the X value of my image should be a random value between, I don't know, negative image dot width. So that's all the way off the left edge of the screen to width, right? All the way to the right edge of the screen. Okay. And then probably something very similar for Y. Negative image dot height, and then height. So it'll go like all the way off the top of the screen or be all the way at the bottom. And if that doesn't make sense, maybe I'll explain why I chose those numbers in a minute. And now I'm having flashbacks to dealing with the lack of horizontal white space here. So didn't miss that problem, but we'll get through it together. So let me save this and just see what it does. What I'm kind of expecting it to do is 60 times a second, it'll draw this cat at a random position and kind of fill the screen with cats. Let's see if that is fun or if that looks dumb. Okay, well, sort of. Okay. The reason that's happening is because I forgot to move my background call, of course. Maybe I don't call that a mistake. Maybe that's what I wanted it to be. But in my case, I actually want the screen to kind of fill up. So let's see what that looks like. And maybe it's a little too outrageous, a little too fast. So maybe I slow it down. Frame rate, is frame rate capitalized like that? We'll find out. So maybe I say frame rate of only 10 times per second. And meh, I don't know, maybe. I don't know if that sparks joy or not. Um, it's something. It's something. It's a start, maybe. So the next thing I might do is maybe I'll draw the image at a random size. Yeah, let's try that. So I don't want to resize it every single frame because then my image will get really gross and it'll have like rescaling artifacts. So instead of resizing the actual image every frame, what I want to do is maybe just choose a different, um, draw to a specific width and height. Actually, I promised that I would explain why I did this negative thing. So right now, check out like where the cat is drawn. Sometimes it's like off the top edge of the screen. Sometimes it's off the left edge of the screen. If I would have chosen 0 here instead and 0 here, let's just kind of compare what happens. So let me run that. Because my lowest number is 0, the top of my cat will never go off the edge of the screen, and the left of my cat will never go off the left edge of the screen. So you get this kind of bunching artifact where you won't really get stuff going off the edges. Which now I'm looking at it, that's kind of cool actually. I might save that. That's annoying. Whatever. It's kind of creepy, kind of like a cat monster or something. Anyway, so that's why I chose the negative numbers down here. So let me put those back so that when you run it, you'll have your cat kind of going all over the place. Okay, so that's why I chose that. Let me go back to the idea of maybe resizing the cat. So what I'll do is const like scalar. How do you spell scalar? Scalar? No, I don't know. Is that a thing? Sure. I think it's A. Okay, I don't think it matters. Let's go with the A. And I'll choose a random number. I don't know. I think I might mess with that, but right now it's between 0 and 1. And what I'll do is I'll draw my image with a width of image.width times scalar and a height of image.height times scalar. I wonder if I can just give it one of these, just give it the width, and it'll automatically do the resizing and keep it at the same resolution. I'm not sure. Or the same, whatever that's called, dimensionality. There's a word for that. Whatever. You can tell me in the comments. So now, yeah, okay. Now the cat is sometimes teeny tiny, sometimes big. Um, I kind of like that. I think maybe my starting size is too big actually. So maybe I'll only go up to 0.5. So make them all small, and that's kind of cool. I don't hate that. One thing that's kind of an interesting problem here is when I make my whole cat smaller, the line that makes up the cat is also smaller because you're just doing a dumb image resize. Uh, I don't think I'm going to do this tonight because honestly, it sounds boring. But an interesting side challenge could be: can you write an algorithm that resizes an image uh, but keeps the line width the same size. There's probably ways to do that, but I don't know if I want to do that right now. But you know, it's an interesting artifact, and I kind of like this. I also just kind of like the smaller cats. So maybe instead of maybe just to see something, maybe I'll just maybe my real problem was that all my cats are too big. You know, it's kind of cute. Yeah, kind of. Mm, kind of want to see what this would look like with the full frame rate now. Yeah, I mean it's not the. I could go either way, honestly. It's kind of cool, but it's also it's kind of simple. I could maybe see maybe having like a I don't know like something like a nested for loop where I fill like a grid of cats. Would that be interesting? Hmm. Is there a way to do that easily? Let's see. Um, I like snap it to a certain. Mm, could. Mm. Could do a grid of cats, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's what I'm feeling. Nothing I could play with is rotation. All right, so let me just list a couple ideas and then see how I feel. So I could play around with rotation, where um, in addition to having a random position, the cats are rotated every time. That might be fun. Another thing I could play with is color. So right now it's just a black outline on kind of a white background. Um, Maybe I fill the cat with a certain color, and a couple ways I could do that. Let's check something. Let's check in the P5 reference. Is there like a tint or something? Tint? That's going to be annoying. Um, Tint, yeah, right here. Tint. Tint. What do you take? Sets the fill value for displaying images. Images can be tinted to colors or made transparent. Blah blah blah. Okay. Use white. What is V1, V2? So it's RGB. Okay. Do you do that on the image itself? No, you do it on the. That's fun. Okay. Let's just try. I don't know. Let's see what that does. Where'd my window go? Um. Let's do I don't know, tint of random. Actually no, let's just do red just to see what it looks like. RGB. And is that really all it takes? Just three? And then maybe an A. Yeah. RGBA. Okay. Okay, so maybe. Let's see what this does. Nothing. Okay. No difference. Do I need to do something else? Tint, apply transparency. Image, does it have to be. Wait. Tint blue. Hmm. Does it have to come after? That doesn't make sense, does it? No, that doesn't make sense. No. Mm, Oh, you know what? Maybe tinting doesn't make sense for my image because my image is pure black and white. So if you take a pure black pixel and you tint it red, I think it'll stay black. And if you maybe it's actually transparent, not white. So if you take a transparent image and tint it, it's just going to stay transparent. That's my guess. There's a dumb way to check this. Let's try something. Uh, yeah, let's try something. I'm curious. So if I upload the original file, cat original.jpg, right. Now this is pretty far off into me just messing around land, but let, I don't know, uh, original equals load image, cat original.jpg. And I'm going to take out some of this stuff. I don't need you. Can I comment you? Hold on. Yes, I can. Okay. And let's draw the original image. Image, original 0, 0, width, height. Let's see. Let's just see. Let me take out the tint first, just to double check. Nope. Okay, cool. Original equals load image cat original dot jpeg. Oh boy. Oh, img. I spelled it wrong. Image. Okay, so there's the original. It's p cute. Now let me try tinting it red. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, a couple things I could do. I mean, that looks pretty cool, actually. Um, I like that it kind of plays with the background, kind of papery artifact as well. Um, I could just make a new file that's not transparent and use the tint function on that. That might work, but I don't know how interesting that's going to be. I could do something really gross where I loop over the pixels in my image and sort of construct a new image in code. That's really gross, but it would work. So, okay, let's go back a little bit. Let's forget about tint for a second. I think tint is maybe the wrong approach. So let's go back to what we have here. And now, okay, we're filling the screen up. And what do I want? I want the line itself to be tinted, maybe, to be a different color, maybe. So, this is going to be real gross. I'm excited for how gross this is going to be. Okay. What I'm going to do is maybe make a new function, maybe like colorize or something. Colorize. And will I take any parameters? No, I won't. And what I'll do is I'll create a new, like a P graphics. Let's just try it. And I'll say, like, let PG equals create graphics. And the size will be what? The size of my image, image.width, image.height. And for now, yeah, for now, let me just do this, like pg dot image 0, 0, sure, and then return pg. So now what I'll do is I'll say, constant let. I always kind of go back and forth when I'm writing p5 of whether I should be kind of correct in JavaScript land or not, but whatever. Anyway, const, let's just call it pg here too, equals colorize. And then I will say image pg. And right now I would expect nothing to change. Well, actually, to be honest, what I would expect is something to break. But let's just find out. Okay, nothing actually changed, which is cool. But what this means is I am now drawing the p graphics, which I'm creating from the image. So that's something. That's cool. And what I can do, oh my goodness, this is going to be so gross. I can loop over the pixels in the original image. And if that pixel is black, I will draw a colored pixel. And if it's not, I won't draw a pixel at all. And that will let me recreate the cat outline in a different color. Will that be interesting? I don't know. Let's find out. goodness, this is going to be yucky. But here we go. Let me just check on something. No, it should be fine. So anyway, what I'm thinking about right now is whether I need to worry about the pixel density, and I don't think I do because the pixel density shouldn't care if you're talking about an image that's being loaded. So let's just find out. And I'll go y equals 0, y is less than image dot height, y plus plus, blah, blah, blah. Broke my syntax, coding error, nothing works. And then I'll do x. I'll obsess over white space for no reason. Let x equals 0. X is less than the width, image dot width, and I'll loop one at a time. So I'm looping pixel by pixel. It's going to be real gross. My computer is going to cry. It might melt. One sort of meta lesson I'm learning is that this laptop is actually not as powerful as my old laptop. So the fans have been going this entire time. Don't know if you can hear them, but that's the kind of thing we're testing out tonight. And what am I going to do? I'm going to say, I don't know, or const, I guess, like original color. I'll just call it OC equals what? Image.get XY. Gross. And at first I won't bother with an if statement. I'll say pg dot, oh my gosh. Do I want to do a point? I have a feeling I'm going to have to do a rectangle in a second because of some issues that I've talked about in previous videos, but pg.stroke of OC. Okay. Gross. And I'm going to get rid of this. So I'm not drawing the image using the image function anymore. I am looping over the pixels. Let's see what breaks. Honestly, something will, but that's okay. Wait. I'm actually extremely suspicious that worked. I would have expected something to break with writing that much code, but it seems to be working, which makes me suspicious. Like, am I actually drawing the image the way I think I am? I am. pg.colorize. Okay. I mean, I think it's actually right. And yeah, my fan is starting to really go, and I think I'm less than 10 frames per second now. Let's try something. Let's oh good lord. Let's put my frame rate back up and see if this actually dies. Yeah, it's nowhere near 60 frames per second. So that's kind of gross. That's happening because this loop is disgusting. Um, One thing I could do is I could just resize my image to be even smaller since I'm always drawing it at 1/4 of what this is, which is actually divided by 16. So here, let me just make it 1 again. It's kind of goofy, but whatever. So now I'm decreasing the size of my input image so that this loop doesn't have to do quite as many pixels, but I don't know if it'll work. We'll see. Okay, so that actually, gross. So that does improve the frame rate, but resizing it to be that teeny tiny at the very beginning makes the line really fuzzy looking. And that's because of the resize algorithm. Is there a way to change that? Resize mode or something? Resize mode or something? I thought there was a way to tell P5 to resize an image in a different, with a different algorithm. Let's find out. P5.js resize image algorithm? I don't know. Okay, so it looks like I can dig into like the underlying canvas API to do it. Oh, no smooth. Is that? Nah, I don't know if that's what I want. Let's find out. Where do I want that no smooth? Probably up here, right? No smooth. Let's see if that makes any difference whatsoever. No. I mean, it might have made a difference, but it didn't solve my actual problem, which is honestly caused by my terrible coding practice of this really gross for loop. Is there a better way to do that? I mean, there definitely is. I could do something like, I don't know, like a flood fill or something, but this video is already long and honestly kind of boring. So I don't think I want to do that. Mm, okay, I think I have an idea, and that is I know that this function is actually really slow, so maybe I'll just try to use what's like pixels or something. Pixels. Yeah, this disgusting thing. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, so I can get at the pixels directly instead of calling the get function. I don't know why that get function is so slow if this pixels array is so much faster, but whatever. Um, load pixels, pixels. This is just update pixels. Um, here. Oh dear. Okay. So I need to what? Give it an X and a Y. Is there something that does that here? Maybe I and J. Is that X and Y? No. Gross, gross, gross. Although it might not matter for what I need. So let me steal some of this. And here, what I need is I equals 0. I is less than 4 times. And this is going to be like image.width and image.height. Image.width and image.height. I don't know why they're divided by 2 here. Is that what I want? We'll find out. Let me clean some of that up. I plus equals 4. Fine. That part I do know is right. Let me just comment this whole thing out, actually. And in here, I want to say, oh dear, what do I want to say? I want to say something like this. So I'm a little suspicious of this, like, oh, it's because it's just an image. Never mind. Starting to not make much sense. So what I want is like PG here. PG. Wait, can I? No, let's do it this way. Okay, so what I was thinking is maybe I could just set my PG pixels array to the image pixels array, and that will work for what I'm doing right now, but it won't work when I actually change the color. So that won't actually help me. So I'm going to do it the hard way here. I'm going to say pg.pixels I equals right now I'm going to say image.pixels of I. Yeah. But I'm going to change this in a second to an if statement that changes it to some color. Right. Okay. And I need that to be +1 and +2, but I'll fix that in a minute. Okay. Gross. I +1, +2, +3. Okay. I guarantee something broke here, but let's try it. And actually, let me get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Nothing is drawing, and that's because you have to do like load pixels or something uh, on the. I don't know if I need to do it on both or just the image. Let's try the image. Image.load pixels. Is that all I need to do? Oh, no. pg.load pixels, and then there's like a set pixels or close pixels, something update pixels. Um, I don't know if I need to call that on only PG since that's the only one I'm changing. Let's find out. Okay. Okay, something's happening. I see a tiny little cat, like half of a cat, and I think that's maybe this divided by two thing. I think that was just for the example, but let's do it this way. And okay, now I think I see my whole cat, but it's teeny tiny. Why is that? That's because I'm probably doing something goofy. Image.resize to 4 and 4. Scalar is 0.25. This is what it was before, wasn't it? Hmm. Oh, wait. This is beginning to not make sense to me. If I put it at 1. So, okay. I've solved one problem, and it's quite a bit faster now. Before, because I had that double nested for loop, it was really slow, and now that I'm using the pixels array, it's much faster. So I did solve my problem, but in true Kevin fashion, I've introduced another problem, which is I think my cat's stretched out. It's like kind of smushed. Why is that? Uh, let's just read through the code. So in colorize, which doesn't actually colorize yet, but that's okay. I create a graphics with width and height. I'm a little suspicious that I mixed up a width and a height or something somewhere. I call load pixels, and then I loop from 0 all the way to this, which makes sense now that I'm staring at it because it's width times height, the number of pixels times 4, which is RGBA, and then I skip ahead by 4 each time to go to the next like pixel group. So I think that should work. 4 and 4. Or am I just making that up? Is it actually not stretched out at all? I don't actually know. Let's look at the. Let's look at this. Can I show? You can't. No, I can't. So if I kind of stare at that, whoops. If I stare at that and I stare at the cat that pops up, are they? Is it smushed? I think it is. It's definitely smushed, right? Yeah, it's a smushed little cat. That's not good. Okay, so someone's smushing my cat. Something goofy is happening. Image.width times scalar. Image.height times scalar. Scalar is just 1 here. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's try to. What if I draw an image here? Does that fix it? It does. So for some reason, my PG is a different size than my image, isn't it? Because if I do image here, all my cats are kind of big. If I do PG here, all my cats are smushed. And that shouldn't change. That shouldn't be different. So something goofy is happening. Image.width, image.height, image.width, image.height, PG, image. Man, I don't know. This looks like it should be right. I plus 1, I plus 2, I plus 3. Hmm. It's clearly doing something because, I mean, it is a cat. It's weird. I would maybe expect it to be smushed. Is it smushed both ways, or is it only smushed vertically? Um. Okay, let's do something. Let's do this. Let's comment you out and let's do this. Let's do image. The original image at 0, 0 maybe, and let's do image of PG at 0. I don't know, 200 halfway down, and let's just see. Even with the loop, let's see what happens. Oh, ooh, that's a clue. So, what? What on earth? Um, what on earth? Okay, that's okay. So what's happening is my PG is is the same width as my input image. I'm guessing it's actually the same height as well. Um, but it's got two copies of the cat in it somehow. Oh goodness. I123. I123. Wow. Uh, okay. Well, let's try P5 dot graphics pixels. Go away. That's so annoying. Hmm. Oh, okay. I kind of love this. It's a hilarious problem to have. Um, here's George, my my friend George, and I just talking to each other in Stack Overflow. Uh, great. Doesn't help me though. What's this? This sounds like it might be similar, but I don't know. Hmm. Okay. Right now, my guess is that something goofy is happening in my for loop. Um, Maybe related to pixel density. Kind of making that part up. I kind of wish this example was a little bit more obvious. Like, why do they do this divide by two thing? Hmm. Set ij. Okay, so that's what I was doing before. Or maybe it's not. Maybe let's try this. Hmm. So right now I'm thinking maybe I convert this to set, but then I need to go back to having x and y, and then I have to calculate the I based off my y and x, which is doable. Uh, Goodness gracious, this is back to being gross. Okay, let's try something disgusting. Um, I'm going to steal my nested for loop here, and I'm going to try something. And I'm going to break my code, not write proper syntax, just have errors for no reason. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll say let I equals, and what is this going to be? This is going to be y times 4 plus x, I think. Y times 4 plus x. Wait, is it y times 4 plus x times 4? No. So each pixel is four um, indexes in the pixels array for RGBA. So y, which is how many rows down in the image I've gone, if I multiply that number by 4, yeah, I think I have to multiply both by 4. Feels wrong. Feels not correct, because then wouldn't it just be x plus y times 4? This feels wrong, but I don't know. Let's find out. And then here's what I'll do is I will say pg dot set xy to pg.pixels_i. Will this work? Will this work? What does set take? IJ color. Okay, so maybe let's do a color. Set color, and I can get away with only using pixels I because wait, can I? No, I can't. I'm going to need an if statement here. Fine. So what I'll say is if what? If image dot pixels of I is, well, it's always going to be 0. So I actually want I plus 3, which is the alpha. If that is greater than 0, then I set my pixel to something. XY color 0. Something like that. Maybe a better way to do that, but for now we are deep into terrible code territory, but that's fine. And otherwise I will not do anything actually. I don't know. Getting slightly grouchy. Let's just run it and see what breaks. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nothing happens. So I'm drawing my regular image and I'm drawing my p graphics. So something in here isn't working. pg.set isn't working, or this if statement isn't working, or this math is wrong. You know, could be any of the above, really. Let's just do something here. Console.log here. Do I ever get in there? I don't know if that shows up in this console or not. I don't think those matter actually. So it looks like no. Do I have any other errors? No. Okay, so I never get in there. Let's do console.log of I. Okay, so that works actually. Might break my computer, but that's okay. Stop. It is kind of annoying that it doesn't show up in this console, but okay. Okay, so I is sort of working, but now this logic is not. If image of pixels I plus 3 is greater than 0, so it's never greater than 0? I don't believe you. It's got to be greater than 0 because we can see the... So this... This logic might be wrong. Okay. This is really getting annoying. This is what I need. Index. Yeah. Here we go. Well, this is getting into pixel density stuff, but this is the logic I need. If you just think that D is 1. Oh, I need... Wait. x equals 4 times, wait, width. No, this is, wait, width. Why is width in there? Oh, right. Duh. Duh, 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 duh. Okay, so y times 4. Right. Okay, so this needs a multiplier here. Y times 4 times width times image.width here plus x times 4 might be right. Let's find out. Oh crap, I need to get rid of my print, but that worked. Yes. Okay, that worked. I need to get rid of that print statement before my computer melts. But okay, so my whole stupid problem was in this line of code, which is calculating a pixel index based on x and y. I forgot that you need to multiply the y value times width. I knew I didn't want to even try to calculate that. I knew I would get it wrong, and not surprisingly, I got it wrong. But it seems to work now that I fixed that. Okay, cool. I'm not quite sure why the result of that was to have two cats, but whatever. I'm also noticing that my output is thinner than my input, which I did not expect. I would think, if anything, this would be thicker because I'm checking for any non-transparent pixels here, which is a little sus. But I think I don't care. Do you care? I think I don't care. If you do care, tell me why that's happening in the comments. I should get better at that kind of stuff, but, I won't. All right, what time is it? It's almost time for dinner. Let's finish this up real quick. Let's get rid of some stuff I don't need anymore. Let's keep that maybe around for now. Now we are back to being able to do what? To do this. Well, a couple things first. My whole goal with this was to be able to draw a cat in a different color, and I can do that now. So let's do that. Let's do that here. Let's make a random color. Const random color equals color random 255 random 255 random 255. Sure. Are you gonna work? Good enough. Random color equals random color. Blah blah blah. Okay. And now here I can say random color. Let's see what happens. What do I expect? I expect this cat to be drawn a random color 10 times a second. So kind of flash. And it does. And actually, I like that. I am still very suspicious about why it's thinner, but maybe that's just down to like resizing artifacts. Actually, no, it doesn't make any sense. Whatever. So that's cool. I actually kind of like that just by itself, actually. I could post a GIF of that and be pretty happy. But now here's the payoff of all of that nonsense is let's get rid of that line and let's add this line back in. So now I'm drawing my cat, which is now a random color. Now I'm drawing it at a random position. Let's see. I'm excited. Okay. I mean, maybe. A little goofy, a little hard to see what's going on, but I don't hate it. Can I speed it up? Maybe lean into the ridiculous nature of this whole thing. Maybe. I mean that feels very P5, if that makes sense. Like I don't know. I think this captures the spirit of a lot of the things I love about P5, so that's cool. Um, One thing I want to try now that I have sort of this baseline working, um, is what if I move this line into my for loop? So what if every single pixel in each cat is random? Will that be cool or not? I don't know. Let's find out. Um, no. No, I hate it. I don't hate it. But I don't. I also don't love it. Although it is kind of trippy. I don't know if it's going to show up in the video. This is um, one of the absolutely worst things you can do for YouTube compression is just showing a bunch of literally random colored pixels. So chances are you can't even see this at all. But it is kind of cool that there's like, if you squint or if, I don't know, you can see the outline of a cat being added, but it immediately goes away because it just kind of blends in with the rest of the randomness. So that's kind of cool, but I don't think it's what we're going for here tonight. So let's go back to oh, I would have thought that would have been an error. Whatever. Let's go back to our each cat is its own color. And yeah, okay. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think that I think this will be the thing I post actually. I think this achieves my goal. I've used the input cat in a creative coding sketch, and I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. It took a while to get here because of this really grody for loop, but that's all right. I also don't know if I need all of these load pixels, but that's fine too. Seems to be working okay. All right. So from here, let's see. Maybe I'll mess around for maybe another, I don't know, a few minutes. But so I like this. This works. And maybe I should like save this code somewhere. Maybe I'll make a copy. Whatever. Let's wing it. Um, one thing I might do is instead of drawing the cat at a random position each time, maybe I'll draw the cat. Ooh, will this work if I center the cat? If I center the cat and I always draw the cat in the center, but I draw it at a different size, but with the same center, will that be cool or not? Let's find out. What do I need to do for that? Is there there's like a rect mode in here? Wait, where am I? Reference rect mode. I think that'll work with images as well. If I just say rect mode center, let's find out. So in setup, if I say rect mode center, and now instead of this line, what I'll do is I'll say image PG, and here I'll say always width over 2, height over 2, always. Do I need to do anything with the center of the image itself? No, I guess not. That's the whole point of doing rect mode, right? Let's see. I don't know if this will actually work. Let's find out. So no, that didn't do what I expected. I kind of expected that to center the image, but maybe image does not actually. No, maybe image is not actually affected by rect mode, so maybe I have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just calculate it. That's fine. Which is what? Width over 2 minus image dot, well, actually PG dot width over 2, and then height over 2 minus image dot, or PG dot height over 2. Sure. Let's clean that up. So now my cat should be in the center. And it is-ish. Okay, cool. And so now what do I want to do? I want to say that my scalar, instead of being 1, is what? Maybe frame count times some number? 0.1? So it's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Let's find out. Let's see what that does. No. Why didn't that work? Oh, because I'm not actually drawing it at a different size, so I still need these 2 lines of code. Right. 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 Okay. Is there a tab in there? No. Okay. Wait. This needs to be PG. Actually, it doesn't really matter, but whatever. And actually, maybe that's why. No, never mind. Ooh. What just happened? Okay. Uh, Not what I expected. Okay, and I know why. Okay. I mean, that is kind of cool, but I need to scale this. Uh, PG dot width times scalar, right? Um, and ooh, okay, maybe, maybe. Uh, what exactly just happened? Oh, I think it's the same old problem where the line width itself is too thick, or it's getting thicker as you scale the image up. I don't quite understand why this artifact happens though. Like, why does that? Hey, let me think about this. Let me slow it down actually. Frame rate to like 1. Let's really think about what it's doing. So it's going to draw a teeny tiny cat, and the cat's going to get a little bit bigger over time. Okay. Now at some point, it's going to like really start overwriting. Oh, I see. Okay. No, okay, that makes sense. I think what I was noticing is like right here, but that's just because that's just the shape of the cat. That's just based on how the cat goes, like the the butt of the cat goes back down. I think it's kind of different than what I would expect, but like I don't think anything is wrong. I think that's right, but it just kind of looks a little weird. Huh. Another thing I could do is instead of so right now I'm starting out teeny tiny and I'm getting bigger. Could go the other way. Could start big and go small. So how do I want to do that? Let's just start with let's just create a variable or something. Let's say let I'm going to say scalar up here actually. Scalar, I'm going to start it equal to I don't know, some big number. And wait, that's way too big. Let's start at 10 maybe, and I'll say something like, I don't know, maybe down at the bottom here, I'll say scalar minus equals point 0.1, something like that. And maybe I'll say like if scalar is less than 0, then we're just going to stop looping. Okay. Yeah, let's see what this does. So right now, okay, I think I'm starting out way too big. Yeah, okay. Way too big, and I'm decreasing in size way too slow, I think. So let's first start with this. Where do I start here? Maybe 5? Where's that? So 5 might be I wanted to start off the screen, but like immediately start being on the screen. So, whatever. Maybe 10 is fine. But instead of minus 0.1, maybe it's 0.2. Also, is my frame rate still 1? No, it's 5. maybe I increase this quite a bit. Ooh, there it goes. Okay. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of fun, but I don't think it's what I'm going for. And I could, now I'm thinking about it. Like, now, what if that rotates while it's doing that? That could be cool. But I don't know if that's going to be my thing. I could also have it maybe bounce back and forth. So like when it gets small, maybe now starts getting big again, bounces back and forth. That would actually be relatively easy to do. So let's try that. I'm just going to say m, because I'm not going to keep this variable around, equals, what did I say before? 0.2 equals 0.2. Let's say it's negative 0.2 to start with. Scalar plus equals m. If scalar is less than 0 or scalar is greater than 10, then m times equals negative 1. So now it'll bounce back and forth, maybe. Kinda. I don't know. It's kind of fun, but it's also maybe just a little too wonky for me. So, okay, those are some fun things to play with, but I don't think I'm going to keep them around. I think I'm going to get rid of all that, and I will go with the older code, which um, what did I have? Now I forget what my scalar was before I started messing with all this stuff. Const scalar equals, what is like 0.25 or is it 1? Let's try 0.25 for now, and I need to get rid of this scalar up here. And I'm going to get rid of this m as well, but for now I'll just comment it out. Is this my old code? Kinda, yeah, okay. I think my scalar is a little too small. I think maybe I had it 1 before, but this is the idea, um, where I'm filling the screen up with randomly colored cats. So cute, I think so. Um, Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, oh man, this is really annoying. Now that I'm thinking about it, um, I don't need to do this really gross nested for loop every single time. Um, all I need to do. So before I tried to use that tint function and it didn't work because my pixels were already pure black or pure transparent. So tinting that doesn't do anything. Um, so instead I use this really gross for loop, and I'm doing this really gross for loop every single frame, and it works. But what I could have done is do this really gross for loop one time at the very beginning, create like one colored cat, and then tint that. I think that would have worked, although maybe it wouldn't have. Like maybe everything would have been like a shade of blue or something. If like my random color is blue and then I tint that red, it'll still be kind of blue. I don't know. So maybe this is actually for the best. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool, kind of fun. I think it's worth posting on Twitter.com. So I'm happy with it. The other thing I'll play with last is I'll play with this line here. Whoops. This random color line. So right now they're very random, and I can hear Jeff yelling that I shouldn't be using RGB. I should be using HSB. Um, but I can't help it, man. I'm an RGB kind of guy. But what we could do is maybe say that I want all of my cats to be uh, green or something. So R0, maybe my green is a random. Actually, let's do blue. RGB, random of 255 for blue only. So now all of my cats will be blue or darker or, between black and blue. And that'll be kind of just a different effect. And, this is purely subjective. So I could see, generating a few options where one's maybe really multicolored, one's kind of this blue, maybe one's kind of red. That always looks kind of cool. Uh, red and blue kind of play nice together, I think. Maybe they're a little small. So now we're at a point where we can just start playing with the parameters here with our magic numbers. But I mean, I think this succeeds in my goal. It took a lot longer to get there than I was originally anticipating, but that's okay. Uh, if you've stuck through it this far, I commend you. Truly admirable attention span. From here, there's lots of things you could do. I talked about a few of them, but you could play with the colors, you could play with the sizing, you could, do your own thing with the cat input image, and I don't know, maybe it bounces around the screen or something, or maybe it follows your mouse around or something like that. Um, Originally, when I started thinking about this video, I thought, this probably will be a pretty quick video. So since I'll have plenty of time left over, maybe what I'll do is take the original input image, um, and maybe do something like have a random walker color the inside of the cat. And I think that would still be a cool project, but I definitely ran out of time because I played with the pixels array for far too long. But you could do something like that where you fill the inside of the cat with colors or like a gradient or something. Maybe using some of this same kind of logic down here where I like check the original pixel to check whether it was a line or just a transparent background, and maybe based on that you limit the size of your random walker or do something else. So those are some ideas that you could try, but as always, the joy of creative coding is that it's really entirely up to you what you do, and that's where it gets really fun and exciting. um, so yeah, I'll probably play around with this code a little bit more before I post like some output images, and that'll be what I post on Twitter as kind of a reply to the poorly drawn cats post. Again, shout out to the poorly drawn cats owner. I think it's Eloisa. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but um, I love this account, and this was a lot of fun. So go give her a follow as well. So all right, I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm hungry and I am sick of talking, and I'm not even sure that this video recording worked. So fingers crossed. Let me go check that. um, if you do something with this code, I'll post a link to this code in the sort of description. If you do something, please let me know. I love hearing from folks who sort of take my code and run with it and do your own remix. Either leave a comment or even better, come to happycoding.io, come to our forum, and this is where I hang out. So if you make a post here, I will definitely see it and definitely reply to you. So I'd love for you to post, anything you're working on, especially if it's a remix of this, or really anything. But all right, I'm going to go and eat some dinner. Y'all have a lovely evening. Thanks for watching, and as always, of course, happy coding.